Hey, how's it going? And today we are going to take a look at the merge sort. And my goal for this tutorial is just to give you a very simple working example so you can begin to understand what's happening and how you can begin to implement this in your own games. Anyway, let's come in here and we're going to go to... This all started because I was taking a look at this make your own leaderboard, and this is a pretty sophisticated tutorial. And if you come down here, there's this one part, and I knew this was coming. We were going to have to get into sorting algorithms and more complex programming behavior. And at this point, I honestly don't find verse any easier to learn than any other language. I know it's supposed to be simple language, but honestly, I don't think it is any easier than any other language. At some point, if you think about it, you're going to do a leaderboard. Well, you got to have to sort out who's in the top position, right? So you're going to need a sorting algorithm. Fair enough. You get to this part 3 here, and it says add the merge sort algorithm. You can place this in a separate file or module and test the algorithm on the provided test file. I don't know about that whole thing about testing it, but this part is what I'm going to go over, is adding the merge sort and putting it in a separate file. That's all we're going to do today. And I'm just going to show you a very basic example of it so that it's understandable. So if we click on the merge sort, it takes us here to the sorting algorithms, and this is this is almost like a doctoral thesis on. I think it's pretty advanced. All you need to do is come to this where it says complete script, and the good news is they've already written the code for you, so you don't actually have to write the algorithm. It's already written for you. So you just come here and go copy full snippet. That's all you got to do. And then we're going to go into Unreal Editor. So here what we have is I just have a basic level and I have just a verse device. And what I've done, if I go into here, I've just created a hello world device, and this is the most simple example I can give to you. So I've just created an array. I call it my array. It's of integers, and I just put in some values there, right? That's all I did. And then on begins, we go here, and what I did was, let me go back into here. I came into the Verse Explorer here on my project folder. I right-clicked here, and I just created an empty file. That's all I did. And then what you do is you create an empty file, call it whatever you want to call it, like sorting algorithm or whatever you want to call it, and then copy and paste in that sorting algorithm. So that's what I did here. I just called it sorting algorithm, and I literally just copied in that code. Now what's interesting is this is not a module or anything like that. You could put it in a module. You could do something like this and put it in a module, but either way works. So once it's in a file inside of here, your verse will be able to see it. We'll be able to see what's ever in here. So inside of our sorting algorithm, you can see there's a function or method called merge sort, and this is just a helper function here that it uses. But this is the method that we want to call. And what it needs, and I think this is where it's confusing, is that it needs an array, and then it needs a compare function of the same type that the array is. So that's what we have here. So we have our merge sort function that's in a separate file, and we call it from here, and we send it the array, my array, and then we also send it a comparer function. And this is essentially the comparing function that we're wanting to compare left to right. And that's very simple to do. And you just write it like this. So it wants the array and it wants a compare function. And then you send it, and what it's going to send you back is an array. When you call it, it's going to send you back an array, the sorted array. When I call that merge sort, I assign it then to sorted array. Once I have sorted array, I can then go through a for loop and print out every item in the array. But instead of being scrambled like this one is, like I can just add another value in here like 17 or whatever, I can send it a scrambled list. It's going to send it back in order from actually the lowest to the highest. And then once I have that sorted array, it's very easy for me to figure out who's in lead position. Now here I'm sending it just a simple array of integers, but we could send it an array of tuples and things like that and have it sort those as well. So in the next coming tutorials, I'm going to show you how to do that. But I just wanted to give you this example and explain how the merge sort works. For this, basically all you got to do is copy the sorting algorithm, put it in its own file, and then you just can call it from here, the merge sort from here. But you got to be sure to send it what it's looking for. It will accept any type, any data type into it. So you just have to know this part of it. And you're also going to need to send it a compare function, because that's what it's looking for. It needs something to compare. And it's going to compare with the left and the right. So I'm just going to come in here and I'm going to go to verse, build verse code. And then I'll update those changes. It just takes a second. And then let's jump into Fortnite here. And what it should do is print out an array in the upper left corner. So I'll go start game, and you see in the upper left hand corner what it does. See, it's all sorted. So that's all there is to it. So anyway, I hope you found this helpful. Take care, have a great day, and I'll talk to you next time.